Hi, my name is Arnie Wellhaven. Welcome to my channel, The Little Green Car. The Little Green Car is actually just a method of conveying ideas about what to do after retirement. There is, in fact, a little green car, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But it's more about a journey of what to do once you retire. But first, a little bit about myself. I was born in Norway and spent my childhood there. My parents emigrated to this country when I was 10, and my dad's purpose to come here was to study. He was a doctor in Norway and he wanted to become a psychiatrist. So he went to study that at a hospital in Hartford, Connecticut, where I went to school and graduated from high school. I came to Montana to go to college, where I met my wife, and we got married. I've been married for 57 and a half years, and June it'll be 58 years. In that time, I spent most of my life after school as a truck driver. I drove truck for 41 years, and my wife taught school for 43. I tried retiring after when I turned 67 and found that I didn't like it very well, so I went back and drove truck for another 8 years. And finally, when I turned 75, or must have been 77, I finally gave up trucking altogether, and now I'm retired. Well, it's been a difficult couple of years. I'm 79 and a half now, and I found that I really don't care much for retirement still, but my back and my knees really aren't good enough to drive truck anymore. It's an occupation that really wears your back out and your knees. But nevertheless, I need to find something to occupy myself. And I don't think that I'm the only one that's in that position. There are a lot of people that, like myself, that have worked hard their whole life and they find that they've retired and have, what am I going to do now? And I think you need to have purpose in life and you need to have challenges to keep your mind sharp. Otherwise, you just, you waste away if you don't use the talents that you have and your abilities. And you find out that, wow, you can only go fishing or you can go hunting or whatever it is you like to do for a hobby. Maybe it's golf or whatever. You can only do that so much. You can only play. You need to have something else to occupy yourself. At least I think you do. And so for me, I've dabbled in different hobbies over the years. And I do leather work, and I'm going to do some of that. And I've built models. I'll go back to that. I also do woodworking. Made some canes and walking sticks. And I think that'd be just kind of interesting to show to people that, there are a lot of things you could do. There's any number of things. I mean, women can take up knitting, men can do knitting. There's volunteer work. My God, there's just all sorts of things that you can do in the community where you live to help those that, are elderly or Meals on Wheels or the people that are homeless. Here in Montana today, it's 7 below zero. And it's got to be brutal for the people that are homeless. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do to help out in that regard in your community. So there's, a myriad of things that you can do. Now, getting back to the little green car, the little green car is in fact a 1977 MGB that I really like and enjoy driving a lot. But it is more than just a car. I call the title by that name. It's more of a conveyance of ideas that will take me from one hobby or one thing to do to another. Just as that car takes me from point A to point B in the summertime, and I'm going to show some of the back roads of Montana that I think that people in other parts of the United States or the world for that matter, don't get to see. And it's in my own backyard, and I think Montana is probably one of the most beautiful states in the country. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't other states that have beautiful scenery and lots of historical things to recommend it. And I think that, if you have some place in Pennsylvania or Upper Peninsula in Michigan or in Vermont, New Hampshire. In Maine, the coast of Maine is gorgeous, or whether it be in Portland, Oregon, or Bend, Oregon, or in Seattle, or wherever it happens to be, you have things that people in other parts of the country have never seen. So you should post a video about that and tell other people what it is about the area that you live in that you think is special. I mean, Pennsylvania and Maryland, Virginia has all kinds of Civil War and Revolutionary War historical sites that are fascinating to see. Um, there are places out in Oregon. The coast of Oregon is absolutely gorgeous. Um, the coast of Maine, I think, is just phenomenal. Or Cape Cod, wherever it happens to be. You ought to post some videos about that and tell the rest of the country what it is about your part of the world that you really enjoy. Norway, where I came from, is spectacularly beautiful. But I've seen, places, in the Mediterranean that I would love to have visited, but I was too busy driving and making a living. And now I think I'm probably too old to travel and see all the places I would have loved to see. But, and we're all in that same boat together. So, join me on this journey of discovery, which is really what it is you talk about, that I talk about when I grow old. I realize that this video probably is not the most polished that you've ever seen, but it's real. What you see is what you get. I'm not going to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about politics or anything related to that or religion, because in today's environment, people say things on the internet that you would never say to a person face to face. And we've become so divisive as a society. And so I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have, but stay away from politics, stay away from religions, because I simply will not answer or respond to those, because those are, you know, real beliefs that people hold so dear and they get so vitriolic about it. I love to talk about those things to friends and people, in a civil manner, but on the internet and on YouTube, that is not the place where I'm going to discuss those things. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this little chat, and I will try to post a video every week. So thank you, and don't forget to subscribe and punch that little button bell, to view future videos. Thank you for your time.